Okay, black fatigue. Let's talk about it. So there's this new term going around called black fatigue, and essentially, white people are growing tired of black culture, of being told that they're the victims, all this rhetoric, right? Now, mind you, I've seen it and mostly talked about on the perspective of black ghetto individuals. Mind you, there is a clear distinction between black people and ghetto individuals, okay? Black people are people that think for themselves, that are just in existence, but then there's ghetto. But there's two extremes of black fatigue. There's Don Lemon, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, like those type of people that are well-spoken, like normal people, that are forcing rhetoric down people's throats, right? Saying you're black, therefore X, Y, and Z, right? Then they're just as, I think, as extreme as the ghetto black individuals, the black culture of rap, and that's not what black is, right? Pants sagging down. People are tired of that. But not even just the fact that people are tired of those two things. You're a white individual, you're told, just because of the color of your skin, that you're an issue, that you're an oppressor, that you know what I mean? Like you're the problem, right? So they're being told this dialogue that is exhausting, to tell that no matter what you do, you will always be an issue, right? But then in the same breath, the ghetto or the other extreme, right? Barack, those type Don Lemon people will say, you're the issue, but you have to help us. Why would people want to help someone that is just blaming them constantly? That's exhausting. But hear me, black people, okay? Like myself and so many others, right? We're tired. We're tired of being grouped into that mess, hearing it. The black community, majority, do not take responsibility. We're tired because we want to progress in society. Asian culture is thriving. There's so many cultures, right, that are taking responsibility for things that have happened. Don't victim blame others and themselves, and they're not living in oppression mentality, right? They're free. Black community, we're so enslaved up here that it projects onto every dynamic of society. Police brutality, white people bad, all this rhetoric. It's so exhausting. So yes, rightfully so. White people are speaking up because they are exhausted. We're exhausted too. We agree. We, normal black people, okay? We are tired of hearing it too. The rhetoric of, oh, Carmelo Anthony was right and justified because he got bullied and this and that, so therefore he can unalive somebody. That's exhausting. Oh, the black community, black on black crime doesn't exist because of X, Y, and Z. It's the white man's the issue. It's exhausting. Black fatigue. We're tired of it. We're tired of the ghetto. We're tired of the Don Lemons. We're tired. We just want normal folks that can think for themselves, have opinions for themselves, don't project blame onto people, take responsibility, take accountability. I'm done. That's my rant. Anyway, happy Mother's Day. Having a great day for all the women out there. All the women, mind you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Greetings everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. And if it's the first time that you're coming across my content, I will kindly request that you hit the like, subscribe and the share button. And to my returning subscribers, I would also like to thank you and still encourage you to interact with this video through liking, commenting and sharing. And well, in today's episode, I'll be reviewing the issue about black fatigue. Yes, this has been an ongoing sensitive issue, and I will kindly suggest that you watch the rest of this video as I come with my commentary at the end.
Black fatigue. This video might make you uncomfortable, but it needs to be made. There's a growing sentiment, most recently, of individuals who are proclaiming they do have black fatigue. And you don't have to be a non-black person to have black fatigue. What does that phrase actually mean? Essentially, black fatigue is a growing weariness of the actions of the quote-unquote black community. But it goes deeper than that, because we are in 2025 now, and we are being judged based on the content of our character and not the color of our skin. But the interesting part is, the lie that's been sold to the black community in particular is that the color of our skin dictates the content of our character. That's why in the black community, sometimes you'll hear people say, oh, you are acting white, when they're talking to someone like myself who doesn't act the way most people would expect a conventional black person to act. In their minds, there is a correct way to act black.
They're calling it black fatigue, but what you really mean is I'm tired of loving wounded black people. You can just say that part with your chest. That's what you wanted to say. You're not tired because we're toxic. You're tired because your love had conditions. Yours. You didn't come to heal, you came to curate. You came to save a version of black society that was already fixed and no one praised you for it. And when we didn't perform your healing fantasy, you called it draining. This archetype always shows up during collapse, the one that confuses proximity with pain and with proof that they're better than it. Right? They have proof that they're better than it. That's how they see it, right? But you have to understand that you're not above the wound just because you narrate it from a distance. You're just protecting your image in the mirror while the rest of us are still trying to stitch it back together. You didn't transcend us. You abandoned us. Real black love doesn't tap out when it gets loud. It doesn't leave when the wounds resurface. It metabolizes. It listens longer. It doesn't call the hood low vibrational just because it got a better apartment. Love doesn't require perfection. It requires presence. And some of y'all don't have love for us. And that's cool. That's what I'm trying to get it at. It's cool, but I need you to know that the left is something you can get over. You could. Right? And if you really tired, rest. Right? If you're actually tired. But don't call that healing, that's retreat. Because this ain't fatigue. It's spiritual gentrification we're watching. And these are spiritually gentrified people. You're not leaving because you're broken. You're leaving because our brokenness didn't fit your aesthetic anymore. And I need you to hear me clearly. We are not your inconvenience. Okay? We're not. We are your mirror, and if you truly heal, you'll still be here with us, not above us. Right? So I get it, right? This is one thing I think is absolutely true. You do not have to like every black space, but don't ever use fatigue as an excuse to stop loving the ones who never had that option to leave. Just stupid shit. I wanted to tell a joke in this video, but these people upset me a lot.
This video summarizes black fatigue. So this Twitter user says how this video was innocent and funny back in 2013 to 15 when it first went viral, but now it's being used for racism. I almost agreed with her, but if anything, it shows how long white people have been silently putting up with ghetto behavior. This loud, inconsiderate, invasive, and audacious behavior was relatively new in the early 2010s. I'm Gen Z, so I wasn't really there for the 90s, but I know it wasn't that bad in the 2000s. It has gotten progressively worse with the age of social media encouraging black youth to just be absolute degenerates. Unapologetically, mind you. I'm not saying that white people don't do annoying things because I really can't stand when white people refuse to clean their chicken before cooking, but if I describe to you the situation that happened in this video, you would not guess anyone else was dancing on those desks besides black people. And for non-black people, I'd assume this behavior is especially exhausting to be around.
And no one's staying silent about it any longer. No nationality wants to be involved or bothered by this loud, obnoxious group of people. No one, not even hard-working black Americans. I mean, I'm telling no lies here. Everywhere that group of people go, chaos follows. And no matter where you go, they're there. You can't go on a cruise ship because they done ghettoed it out. Have you seen the Carnival cruise ships? It looks like a fucking barbecue. And if you haven't noticed, it's always the same group of people. You know, loud, bonnets, pajamas, big-ass eyelashes that flutter. You know, the EBT crowd. I mean, it's gotten so bad that you won't catch me at a Juicy Crab or a Cheesecake Factory or even a McDonald's for that matter, because they turn those places into shooting galleries whenever someone that looks like them look at them wrong. They have mastered the victim card. Everyone's against them. There's oppression everywhere, and it's always the white man's fault, never their own. But let one of them tell it. They would have you believe that.
I just saw a white girl on my For You page talking about the word black fatigue. She said, "I'm so glad we're finally talking about this. We as a society are sick of y'all." The whites are now saying, "I've stayed quiet about this for too long. The ghetto behavior needs to stop." Oh! The term black fatigue was created by a black woman to describe the mental and physical toll that systemic racism has on black people. It does not mean an invitation for white people to talk about how you're sick of black people. I'm at a loss for words. That's probably the most on-brand white person thing I've ever seen. Y'all just expose yourselves completely that you're racist and you don't read. If you're interested, here's the book written by Mary Frances Winters, the woman who coined the term black fatigue. Please educate yourselves, I beg.
There was a white woman who has now since deleted her video talking about black fatigue and how she and the rest of society are so fed up with the ghetto and ratchet behavior, the entitlement, the victimhood. Her words, not mine. Couple of things. One, black fatigue is a real thing, but it's not what that lady was saying. Black fatigue is the emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by the daily stress of living under systemic racism and its consequences. So the black community has black fatigue due to the oppression they've lived under in this country since its inception. 2, it never ceases to amaze me how little most white people are willing to look at the true history of this nation and understand that while they personally may not have owned slaves or lynched black people or used black babies as alligator bait or conducted experiments on black people or operated on black women without pain medicine because they didn't think black women could feel pain, they are still benefiting off the society and systems that made those things possible. Racism is deeply rooted in this country from the beginning. We stole this land from the indigenous Native Americans. We brought black people to this country against their will and sold them into slaveries. We ripped their families apart. We have maligned, maimed, and misused the black community since the first ship arrived on the shores of the United States. Do you understand how hard the fight has been to get even a semblance of equality in this country? And now, what little progress we've made is being undone by this administration. Trump and this administration has made people like that woman and the many racist commenters on that post feel comfortable to speak so publicly about their racist views and feelings. Because, spoiler alert, nothing will happen to them. Black people are questioned about everything they do, even if they're just walking down the street. Until this country as a whole accepts responsibility for how we were designed and built, this country will never see true equality.
I've tried to film this like 10 times. I'm really bad at putting my thoughts into words, but I had to come on here and talk about this black fatigue / ghetto fatigue commentary. Okay, the main defense that I see for this argument is people pulling videos of black people, specifically, most of the time it's black women twerking in public, like other races don't twerk, or statistics on theft in black neighborhoods, okay? The thing is, I can pull up videos of people from each race doing these things because it has nothing to do with race and everything to do with being human. But for some reason, black people are one of the only minority groups of people who are characterized as a whole for the actions of some of them. It's wild. You as a white person don't want to be looked at as racist because not all white people are racist, but you do the same thing. It's fucking ridiculous. I can't stand it.
White people attempting to rebrand white rage by co-opting the term black fatigue as though it's a phenomena they actually experience but only recently found the language to talk about is both dystopianly weird and tragically on brand. The copying, the whitewashing, the centering themselves by playing victim. But what's ironically telling about it is that the concept of racial battle fatigue is not new. It's been around for decades, and the term black fatigue has been used by black people for quite a while. Mary Frances Winters wrote a book that came out in 2020 titled Black Fatigue, and it describes the mental, emotional, and physical exhaustion that black people experience because of systemic racism. Now, notice how black people didn't call that white fatigue, because the purpose is not to assign blame in order to justify bad behavior. It is called black fatigue because it is a harm that black people experience, and so their focus is on addressing and combating that harm. Whereas when white people talk about experiencing black fatigue, they are not talking about a harm that they experience because of black people or anybody else. They are literally telling on their own inability to live in society with black people. And that's not new either. That's a pathology that has existed for hundreds of years, but call it what it is, white rage.
It's not racist, and I know y'all have been told this is racist, but it's not. It's not racist to call black people out for their behavior and what they're doing to society at this moment. I'm glad people are noticing this because it's been so many years and it's finally catching up to y'all. I've been trying to tell y'all that white people are tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all too, but everybody, the world is getting sick of y'all and y'all's bullshit. I'm so glad this day is here. I've been trying to get out there that you people need help. Not just me, but me and other black conservatives. We've been trying to warn society that this is what it's going to come to when y'all keep coddling black people. They're going to see themselves as higher ups. They're going to see themselves as untouchable because the world wants to not be racist towards them.
How you doing? Yes, I'm Officer Galucia with the town of Ocean Ridge. The reason why I'm pulling you over is your tag is expired. I'll need your license, registration, and insurance, please.
Why are you pulling me over?
Because your tag is expired.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I breaking the law?
Yes, your tag is expired.
Any crime?
Yes, your tag is expired.
Do you have a supervisor?
I am the supervisor right now.
This supervisor talk, man.
You have a choice, okay? And I'm going to explain this to you really probably once or twice to you, okay? I will call my supervisor, but if you fail to produce your information...
You call your supervisor. I'm not failing to do anything. I'm asking for you.
No, yes, you are.
No, I'm asking for
It's
your
upon
supervisor.
demand.
I'm demanding your supervisor.
No, you don't get to demand my
You're a public
supervisor.
servant.
You wait. Because
You serve the public.
Yes.
I didn't cause any crime. I didn't hurt
500.
anybody. I'm not...
526, would you 56 me here?
Just take your ticket and go.
Now I need your license, please.
I'm not doing anything commercially. So...
Your tag is expired. Come here.
So...
It's still a lawful stop.
It's lawful?
It's a lawful stop. It's a legal stop.
It's illegal. It's illegal or lawful?
It's legal, and I'm not going to argue with you.
I'm not arguing.
Does she know what illegal
I'm
and
asking you
legal
for your
is? I don't
driver's
think she
license.
does.
You're driving your vehicle in the state of Florida, and you are
traveling. I'm traveling.
So you're going to
Traveling.
play that game.
No, I'm not playing any
Oh,
game.
yeah.
This is my freedom
Okay.
I'm talking about
Yeah,
here.
it is, and sure.
We're talking about you.
My
as a
sergeant's on his way, and
We're talking about you as a public servant.
my sergeant's on the way, and you can talk to him.
We can talk to him.
Yeah.
And I hope you know.
I hope you know
what you're doing.
I hope I do too.
Okay.
The tag is expired, and she won't produce her driver's license, registration, or insurance.
Okay.
She's traveling.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi. Good. How you doing?
I'm doing
Good. So I'm the day shift supervisor.
Hi.
This officer has conducted a lawful traffic stop.
Is it lawful or illegal?
It's a lawful traffic stop.
It is. And
yes.
what law am I breaking?
Apparently, it's at.
What law is that?
Okay. Release your license.
Oh my God! Stop talking, lady.
That has nothing to
Okay.
do
10:15.
because are you
You're under arrest.
okay? For
Just
what?
take
Why are
it.
you
Just take
arresting
it
me? Is your
Yeah. You know what for. Right? Welcome to America.
wow?
This is
Please
not.
don't-
This isn't.
Don't resist.
I'm not resisting.
Yes, you are.
This is not even my car. I did not.
You should steal it.
Lock this.
This is crazy.
You make this
I hope
crazy.
your camera is on.
Oh, it's on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on.
Hop in.
Black fatigue is real. I think society as a whole is there. We are just so unbelievably fed up with the ghetto ratchet behavior.
Black fatigue. It's all over my FYP page. Thank you. I am so happy that this is being brought up. And oh, by the way, for us white people who've been around the block a long time, this isn't new to us. We've been dealing with this for over 40.
I'm gonna help y'all get some rest because you just so damn tired. Here we go. The term was created by us for us.
What if, to solve y'all fatigue with black people, we just left? We just went back to Africa. Oh wait, we tried that in the early 1900s when Marcus Garvey launched the Back to Africa movement, when he literally signed a deal with Liberia, but guess who shut it down? The US government wouldn't even let the ships leave. What if we built our own towns away from white folks so we can't even be in proximity to fatigue, y'all? Darn, we tried that too in the form of freedmen's towns in states like Oklahoma, Black Wall Street being one of them, which was thriving, and we had our own businesses, banks, hospitals, schools, and what happened? The Tulsa Race Massacre. White mobs burned it all to the ground. Government planes dropped firebombs. People were slaughtered. So no, we weren't left alone. But what if we just live in our own neighborhoods away from y'all? Oh wait, then y'all want to move in, raise the rent, rename everything, and call it up and coming. It's giving gentrification, not boundaries.
So I guess the real question is, if y'all are so fatigued by black people, then why are y'all always trying to follow us? Why are y'all always trying to control us, surveil us, regulate our tone, our volume, our hair, our joy? It's because y'all really don't want us gone. Y'all want us contained inside whatever version of respectability you've created in your imagination. And it's not giving fatigued. It's giving obsessed. This all finally brings me to an academic field called whiteness studies. Look it up. Specifically to Dr. Robin DiAngelo, pictured here, in her framing of her terms universalism and individualism. White folks get to be universal, which is the default standard of behavior, and they get to be individuals. Their mistakes are theirs, not the whole race. But black people, we get neither. We don't get the privilege of being individual and universal. If one of us acts quote unquote ghetto, then we're all suddenly the problem. And then you determine our behavior by your respectability politics in the first place, which black beings and black bodies don't have to abide by anyways. If it were up to y'all, we would not be allowed any individuality or complexity. To y'all, we just give exhaustion for anything that we do. Have you ever considered that maybe it's not black people that's causing your fatigue? And maybe it's the reflection, because when whiteness sees itself in the mirror through our resistance, our joy, our success, our ability to self-define, it gets tired. But here's the thing. We've been tired. Y'all are just late.
Well, black fatigue, this is a term that has had several definitions, and the current definition that is according to multiple internet sources, it refers to the chronic exhaustion that is both physical, mental, and psychological that black people experience, mainly due to the systemic racism, ongoing discrimination, and racial trauma that they have experienced for decades. And this has been expressed in a number of ways, whereby we're getting to see that black people are eventually having this reaction to the dire effects of racism, and right now they're at a point that they are openly talking about it. This term black fatigue was first brought into the internet, that is back in 2020, by a writer known as Mary Frances in a book, Black Fatigue, How Racism Affects the Mind, Body, and Spirit. And it is from this book that we have got to see the term black fatigue gaining popularity. And unfortunately, it has gone to be misinterpreted in several ways. And if you watch this clip, you are seeing that there is a different interpretation that is being pushed out there. And as much as the definition cannot only be limited to the one developed by Mary Frances, we are getting to see that there is an ongoing ideological war that is currently happening in the United States. And if you watch the rest of this clip, you are seeing individuals having different description of black fatigue, whereby they are claiming that black fatigue means that people are tired of the black people. And this generally means that they are tired of the black culture and the devastating effect that it has had on everybody. And we are seeing instances whereby even black people are coming out to call black fatigue, and they are claiming that black people are becoming ungovernable and obnoxious to a point that no one can no longer control them. And every time they are being confronted about their obnoxious behavior, most of them come out claiming that they are victims, and any individual who tries to question them is viewed as a racist and hence called out and cancelled in the internet. Yes, this is one of the facts that many people are trying to address out here regarding black fatigue. And if you watch the rest of this clip, you're seeing that everyone is trying to come out with a different description of black fatigue. And going to my first description of black fatigue, this is the original meaning of the term, and you're seeing that it's getting misused, and most people are claiming that this is mainly due to the racist agenda that most people are trying to push out there, showing that black people are always the problem. And in the videos, you've also seen instances whereby black people are becoming difficult to comply with, especially when it comes to dealing with the security forces, that is like the police. And in one of the famous videos, you are seeing a recent video of a black woman who was being charged for a ticket by a white police officer, trying to make it seem like a racist or an unlawful arrest, to a point that the supervisor had to come in and physically help in arresting her. This is one of the instances whereby we're getting to see that the black Americans are trying to act as victims in situations whereby they are not necessarily victims, and they are only trying to, let's say, to resist arrest in circumstances whereby if only they could have complied with the authorities, things would not have turned out the way they were. Again, you get to understand that the reaction again from the lady can be looked from another perspective. Yes, with the ongoing racial discrimination that has been present in the United States, and this you have noted by the constant police brutality that has always been meted on the black community, whereby a black person or a black individual or people of color are always viewed as being threats even before the situation has been analyzed. And with the reaction, again, you're getting to see that maybe she could be ignorantly reacting to post-trauma of being arrested wrongfully. But again, looking at it, the officer was on the right this time, and he was trying to give her a ticket, and in which this wouldn't have turned to a drama as you have seen in the video. Other than that, in the description of black fatigue, you're seeing that there are also black individuals who are genuinely fatigued, and this is due to the generational trauma that has been passed on, that is due to racism. And it has gotten to a point that the black Americans are slowly withdrawing and not becoming as active and as participative in the community as they're supposed to, because of the several factors that are always against them and the constant discrimination that they have constantly experienced. And it's now a point that they are reacting to it psychologically, mentally, and also physically. But again, going to the other definition, you're seeing that people are also claiming to be tired of the ghetto behavior of black people. And you've seen also in the description, everyone is trying to come with their own, and they are also sharing videos of black individuals becoming ungovernable in social spaces. And you're seeing also video of black people causing unnecessary disruptions, that is in public places. And I'm not saying that it's only black people who cause chaos, but instances captured here are only a demonstration, or let's say a sample of instances whereby black people have been captured causing disruptions or this fatigue among several people in the United States. And again, looking at it from a logical point of view, this could be an ideological warfare, as you all know that there is also white guilt, whereby white people usually feel guilt for all the atrocities that they have committed against the black people and people of color, and those atrocities again have been perpetuated by their ancestors who currently built the country that the still oppressed black people are living in right now. And as a way of trying to negate this white guilt, you are seeing the rising of terms that will try to dismiss the suffering of the black individual. And in this case, again, looking from that angle and perspective, you can easily tell that the black fatigue term is being used in a different context by the white individuals as a way of projecting their white guilt, and also as a covert way of propagating their racism by telling black people that they are tired of them, and in which we all know that based on the history that these two communities have shared in the past, whereby black individuals were brought into the United States as slaves and have always been viewed as being the lower people, black fatigue from white people can be viewed as an covert way of them expressing their white guilt or projecting their white guilt and racism. And this marks again the end of this episode. Kindly share your thoughts and ideas with me in the comment section. Thank you once again, and see you in the next one.